Hello, everybody.
Hello.
It's again Hannah here in Denmark.
Yeah.
And today we are having another HealLove Chat. Our topic today is energy psychology and how we deal that in our method, HealLove method. So, Dorte is our expertise on this field. Would you just shortly tell
Yeah.
what it is, and then we can go a little bit deeper?
Yes. Energy psychology is, as the words say, something about energy, but it is not something that comes directly from the psychology, but it is called energy psychology because it helps, or it uses the energies in the body, the memories in the body, to release all the subconscious barriers, or the negative beliefs that you have installed during your life. And so the energy psychology is helping you to get rid of all the stuff that you normally would go to talk therapy and
Mhm.
talk it out. But if you only talk it out, you never reach the depth of the root cause, and that is what energy psychology does.
Okay. Uh, would you please explain for the viewers uh, in detail
Yeah.
that
It,
what
what
do you
are
actually do? What would
Yeah,
be
yeah. In
the ways to do this releasing?
Yes, in our HealLove method, we teach a very specific advanced tapping method to stir up the memories that is stored in the body or in the energy field, and the tapping method both um, uh, helps to release what is stored in your subconscious mind. And the tapping is actually tapping on the meridian ending points and using the energy systems in your body, like we also work with in the body mind energies that
Yeah,
you teach in, right? It
yeah.
is
So
just
you actually use the same tools, but
actually
you are
use
using them a bit different way
using in a different
for
way,
different
or
reasons.
yes, and for a different reason. And it is also talking with a client and finding all those blind spots that that has made you to live in fear instead of safety. And so
Yeah.
so it is using the energies in the body, the memories stirred in the energy systems, to
Yeah.
release
So
blocked energy.
yeah, but once again, we can actually, when we try to explain these very simple.
Yeah.
Last time we were talking about body mind energies and how important
Yes.
it is that
Yes.
life energy flow is
Yes.
fluent.
Yes. And
So
this,
it's actually, we come to the same
it comes to the
place again.
same. It works. I if I should describe it, what is the difference from what we teach in the body mind energies and in the tapping? The
Yeah,
tapping goes much more deeper into root causes, uh, and take away, or change the blockages, so that you can live your life more freely.
yeah,
Yeah, and that is very important also in regarding to love, also romantic love, but also in relationship to your co-worker, to your spouse, to your children, to everything,
yeah.
because you have things that can block this heart area that you were mentioned also. And if you have a blocked heart area, you you don't get what you need from other people because you are not able to receive it.
Maybe you're not even getting what you need from yourself.
You are definitely not getting what you need from yourself,
Yeah,
because you have a hard time feeling yourself.
exactly.
And you can become a people pleaser, and and because you once learned that you were not important, and so the tapping part also raises your self-esteem and the way you stand in life.
Yeah. Talking about energy blockages, I was going to ask you if you have had any energy blockages, but then I noticed it is such a stupid question because we probably have, you know, everybody these blockages every day,
Every
unfortunately.
everybody has.
But I mean seriously,
Yeah.
could you give some examples? I don't
Okay.
know, maybe it's yourself or
Yeah.
maybe it's the clients that, just in general of course,
I could.
but the clients that you have worked with.
Yes.
How do you notice that there are energy blockages? How do you treat those energy blockages? And maybe to finish with, you can tell how opening the blockages has affected
Oh,
your or their
yes,
life.
yes. Well, I can shortly just say, of course, I've always also had energy blockages, also me without even knowing it, not understanding why I always attracted the same stupid guys that was not able to give me what I needed. But eventually, when I got divorced again, 12 years ago, which is why I started working this way, I found out that uh, they the men I've been in a relationship with all mentioned the same thing about me not being
Okay.
able to receive. They could not give me anything because I was doing all the time, and
Okay.
that was why I
And
started.
and you say your issue was
I
not
was
being
I
able to receive,
Yes,
you
I
said.
was
Okay.
I was subconsciously very afraid of being abandoned, which so many people are. And
Mm-hmm.
that showed up in my life that I had to make to please everybody, because if I was nice to everybody, they would not abandon me. But what I eventually found out, and what is what I'm seeing in all my clients, is that even though I was a people pleaser, I always got abandoned, because no one can stand living with a people pleaser, because they are not able to give something to you.
Yeah.
And that is why I also say that you have a fear of receiving, and that
Yeah.
is the blocked heart energy that you are always also talking about in another chat.
Mm-hmm.
And the closed heart area, and when the heart area are closed to defend ourselves or to keep us safe and alive, we
Mm-hmm.
our life energy doesn't flow fluent, and we cannot let love in. So
Yeah.
no matter how many men I tried to find love, I was the one always standing there and not being able to receive. And then I
Yeah.
started my work, taking away my own energy blockages, so that
Yeah.
I could have an open heart, so that I could let love in, so that I could be loved and be able to love in return. And
Yeah.
in my clients come to me because I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of clients, opening their hearts, making them ready to find love with a different foundation inside of themselves.
But
And
what comes to my mind is that actually what that happen means. Uh, when you open the blockages, the people can actually be themselves.
yes,
They don't need to pretend,
exactly.
you know,
Thank you
if
for
they are the
saying that.
pleasers or whatever they are, and
Yes.
other people can see through that.
Yeah.
Or you can sense the energy if the energy is not flowing well. Just being in the presence,
Yes, you can.
you can feel it's. You don't necessarily think that way if
No,
you don't think like us.
no, no,
but I
exactly.
mean, no, people
No.
who don't know that much about
Yeah.
energy,
Yeah.
they don't maybe think it, but we can sense the energy, and there is something wrong,
Definitely.
when the energy is not open and flowing well.
You can actually sense the energy by an example of if you go into a room, you are in a crowded room, and if somebody comes in with a lot of fear, everything gets fearful.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
a person comes in with a lot of self-esteem, not the one with this one, but
Yeah.
balanced with an open heart, everything's smooth. And that
Yeah.
is what you talk about here. You can sense the energies, because
Yeah.
what you send out is also what you receive. And that is why it
Exactly.
is so important to open your heart to
Yeah.
to share the love between two person in romantic love, but also to your child, because the wounding starts in the childhood.
Mm.
And if
Yeah.
you as a parent have not taken care of your own blockages, you send it to your child.
Yeah. That's exactly, that's how correct, so correct.
Yes.
And in Heal Love, uh, if you're interested in education, you actually also heal yourself
Yes.
when you learn to heal others.
Yes.
But I wanted to ask you something specific. I know that you work with subconscious coding,
Yeah.
and I also know it's like a very, very big issue.
Yeah.
So could you just shortly tell what it
Yes.
is all about, so
Yes.
people get some kind of idea, because this is one of the basics too
Yes,
in
it is.
like your part in Heal Love.
I can shortly tell about the subconscious encoding. Is something I found out I had myself and all my clients. Nobody does not have a subconscious encoding, because that is how we stand in life. And this subconscious encoding you is created when you are between 0 and 6 years old, due to how are your life circumstances, how are your mother, how are your father, and the subconscious encoding helps you to keep you alive. It is the fight, freeze, or flight response. And if you as a child grew up in an environment where you were not feeling safe, let's say your father drank and your mother was weak, you were as a child very alone, and you learned to control everything to feel safe. And when you then grow up, you have this encoding with you, still trying to keep you safe as and use what you learned as a little child. And when you have control, that is just meant to mention one part, because we have a lot of controlling people in the world, and also subtle control. When you learn that you have to use control as a child to feel safe, you cannot let love in, because you have to control everything, everybody. You have to be perfect. Um, you have to have it your way, and that is when what stresses you, what stresses other people, and
Mm.
that is why you are afraid of letting love in, because you don't trust anybody. And that is the subconscious encoding. What we do with the tapping is to install an emotional new childhood. And when you do that, everything changes in your life. You become safe. You feel good enough. You don't have to show up with control. You can let love in. And I want to say, we don't change you. We change the subconscious encoding. We open your heart so that you can feel who you are inside.
I
That
want
was
to add,
shortly for me.
yeah, yeah, I know, but that was very good, very enlightening. I just wanted to say that, when you said that this fight, flight, or freeze
Yeah,
response,
yeah.
it is your body's stress reaction.
Yes, it is.
So if you work like your mechanisms work like that every day, it means that you actually live in the stress reaction,
In
which means that in the bodily level,
yeah,
your energies are not flowing well. So
exactly.
this is what I wanted tell the viewers, because this is the reason why we combine
Yeah.
both body mind energies and advanced tapping and subconscious encoding, because they all get related to each other. They all affect each other. We may start by opening like bodily energies first,
Yes.
because that helps to work with tapping and unconscious mind. And then when you release that, that helps the body mind energies, and then you have this positive circle.
Yeah, exactly.
Because otherwise it's the same thing, but in a negative way. And we want to turn that wheel into a positive, what do we call it, reaction.
Into a positive reaction, exactly.
Yeah.
Into a positive subconscious encoding that stirs your life in a totally different way.
Yeah.
Right. And I just sorry?
Yeah, no, you go on.
I just want to briefly say that I have people, when I give speeches, coming up to me and say, oh, I have a very safe childhood. I have nothing wrong with me. And then I say, oh, yes, you do. Because if you have something that is troubling you in your life, even though you had a safe childhood, you can have just one thing that created havoc in you that put something in your subconscious minds. So it is not just for those who obviously had a not safe childhood. It is for everybody.
I know. And I actually want to say something to this, because I'm one of those who said that. I
can't remember.
Yeah, because I do feel I did have, but what it means, and I think this is very important to understand, because it's the reason why this is for everybody. It's not only for the people who have like really big issues.
Exactly.
When we think of this, somebody saying, I had a safe childhood, I did, but what could happen to you unconsciously when you are a small child?
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be something unsafe, but if you are a very sensitive child, for example, it could be just like with your parents that affects you.
Conflicts
and it
with your
doesn't,
parents.
Yeah. I think this is very important to understand, because like I said the same thing. Like, oh, I can't even think of anything traumatic. But trauma is much more everyday thing than we first think. It could be little. I experienced something when I was 3 years old. It could be something I
which
experienced.
You cannot remember, but your body can remember.
There could be, the context could be something that as a child I had no idea, and I only picked one little part that felt stressful for me.
Yeah.
If I wasn't like what I am today as an adult, and I would know the whole context.
Yeah.
It could be just my mom and dad having a fight on something very casual. And still it could have affected me.
It had affected you because you are such a small child and you just do not have a brain to understand what is happening. And it goes straight to your emotional feelings. And that is where it gets stirred in your unconsciousness, so that your subconscious mind can keep you alive. And I just want to mention what I see again and again and again and again in my clients is that when I take them down into the memories in the body, I bypass the control and all that stuff. We come often to a little child, an infant, newborn baby, 3 months old, laying somewhere, crying, stop crying, nobody came. This child learned, I'm all on my own. Nobody comes. It doesn't matter if I speak up. The wounding is there, and you cannot remember it because you are so small, right? So yes, You can still have a safe childhood and still have something that hit you.
Yeah, but
Everybody has.
yeah, and also like what you said about the little baby, the context could be so that there is a mother who has been awake 200 nights,
Yes.
and right that moment she needs her sleep,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and you know, but
Yeah.
that's how the
Yes.
baby may experience it. It
It,
it may still be all loving
yes.
family,
It
and
can still be all
yeah,
loving family.
yeah,
And we only need 30 seconds or 5 seconds to create a trauma in you,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And with our HealLove method, we don't need years and years in talk therapy. We can quickly release those traumas if we know how to do it, right?
Yeah. So if I put this talk together, please correct me if I say something wrong. Um, when you say body memories, it's the same as some people say tissue memories in it.
Yes.
So there could be things that our mind doesn't
Yeah.
remember, but it's restored in our body, which
Yes.
means it's restored in our energies.
Yes.
And in Heal Love Method, we treat how the energy flows, how we lift up life energy, how we bring it to our heart center, how we open the heart center. It's once again, if we talk about body mind energies, or if we talk about this more mental part of it, energy psychology, we are working with same systems. We
Yes.
just have different tools
Yeah.
in both areas.
Yes. And
And the most important thing is that we have the energy flow fluence.
yes. And that the systems work really integrated good together, right? Yeah.
Yes,
So
exactly.
yeah.
But yes, this is all for today. If this makes you more interested, there is a link after the video that you can click, and please join our education HealLove method, or maybe you just want to listen to some more of our chats. And we will be coming back with more topics. Bye for now.
Bye for now.